Hey there yogis, and welcome back to my channel. This is a quick class focused on your shoulders, so shoulder strength and shoulder stretching. And we're just gonna get started right away. Standing, bring your arms out slightly lower than your shoulders, bend the elbows and pulse it back. We're just bringing some heat into the shoulders. I'll show you what this looks like from the side, right? So just tiny little pulses back. Imagine that you have a pencil in between your shoulder blades and you're squeezing it, trying to hold it in between the shoulder blades. Pull the belly in, back, 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 back. Now pulse forward, tiny little pulses forward. So your arms are extending, elbows extend and straighten, fingers reach, so active hands here. Very nice. Now you're going to do a really big movement, right? So we're going to reach it forward, straighten the elbows, pull it back. Reach it forward, pull it back. Reach it forward, pull it back. You should start to feel a warmth through the shoulders and chest. Maybe your arms are getting a little bit tired. Don't worry about it. We're almost there. Very good. 3 more breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Almost there. Last inhale. And exhale, release, roll it out. Give me some big shoulder rolls in one direction. Let the arms be fluid. Like one of those guys outside of a car lot, right? Really fluid arms flowing. Now reverse directions. Very good. Make sure you keep your core engaged through this class to give you some support through the spine. And then just shake it out. All right, join me down on the mat. So we're just gonna do one more quick little exercise to bring just some heat into the shoulders before we get moving a little bit more. So we're gonna come into a forearm plank. So bring the elbows down to the mat. Grab opposite biceps just to make sure your arms are about shoulder width apart. Once you have that, extend the arms out. You can bring them parallel, or if you need a little bit more support today, you can clasp the hands. Extend the feet out behind you. Drop the hips in line with the shoulders. Look forward and breathe. Pull the navel into the spine. Press out through the heels. And then start to really press the floor away from you so you feel that area between the shoulder blades expand. So before we were squeezing the shoulder blades together, now I want you to press them apart. Beautiful, keep breathing. Two more breaths, you're almost there. And as you exhale, walk the feet in, lift the hips. So keep pressing the floor away from you. The closer your feet are to your elbows, the more you'll feel this in the shoulders and arms. If you're already feeling a little bit tired, walk the feet out. Bring the weight more into the feet, okay? Pick your poison and take 5 more deep breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. Deep breath in. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Deep breath in. Exhale 4. Last inhale. Exhale, lower the knees down. Take the arms, thread them in between the legs. Stretch out through the shoulders and then sit the hips back to the heels for a snuggly little child's pose. Bringing one cheek to the mat. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, switch cheeks. Exhale and relax. One more breath in. And a breath out. Beautiful. Start to unravel. So we'll do one more strength based sequence, and then it'll just all be stretching from there on out, okay? So come into either a modified plank or a full plank. You'll kind of figure out your level once we get going. If you're in a modified plank, really find that line with the body, right? So sometimes we have a tendency to be more in a semi-tabletop. I want you to really drop those hips though, so you feel the weight in your arms. And we're gonna do what's called serratus push-ups. So your serratus is that muscle that hugs here through the rib cage. And it's really, really important for your inversions and your arm balances in your yoga practice. And the more you can engage this, not only will your shoulders be safer, but you'll feel a lot stronger. So, hands down, you're either in a modified plank or a plank. And you're gonna drop the chest down between the shoulders, right? So the shoulders shrug up. Normally we would never do this, but press the floor away and lift. And lower down. So you never want to hold a plank in this scrunched position, but for this movement, it's going to help us get into that serratus muscle. So the elbows aren't locked, you've got a tiny little bend. You should be feeling this already. The slower you go, the more you'll feel this. But I think no matter how fast you go, you're going to be feeling this. Give me just a couple more. You can always drop to the knees. And beautiful. For this next one, I'm for sure going to drop to my knees because my arms are a little tired today. Feel free to stay in a plank, a lifted plank, if you're feeling like a super badass today. But for me, it's a modified plank. Arms are straight. Shoulders are engaged. Chest is pulling forward, and you're just going to give me tiny little dips with those elbows. Ooh. So you'll feel this in the shoulders, but also in the triceps. You can tuck the toes, untuck the toes. You can lift the feet. Keep looking forward. You're almost there. Give me 3 more. Last one. Everybody tuck the toes, lift the hips, come into a downward facing dog. Really nice. So this should actually feel really nice on your shoulders here. Keep the hands super active, fingers spread wide. And we're gonna pulse the chest back towards the thighs. So relax the head, and you're just gonna pulse back. Yeah, this can be as fast or as slow as you like. I'm really feeling slower movements today, but if you'd like to pick up the pace, do what feels good to you. Make sure those arms are rotating in towards your head. You're pressing the floor away. Really nice, guys. You're almost there. This is the end of the sequence, and then we just stretch, stretch, stretch. Keep breathing. Beautiful, beautiful. And bring the knees down. Walk the arms forward. Puppy pose. So if this isn't a restful pose for you, you feel free to come into a child's pose. I still want the shoulders working a little bit here. Turn the thumbs to face up towards the ceiling. And maybe you play with lifting those elbows for the first few breaths, keeping the shoulders engaged, keeping them plugged in down the back. And if you're in an active puppy pose, go ahead and release the arms down. Make this more of a stretch. See if you can get your heart all the way down to the mat. Really nice. 3 more breaths. And then come all the way out onto your belly, drop the hips. Bring the elbows either under the shoulders or slightly in front. And then use the hands to pull your chest forward through the shoulders. Roll the shoulders up and then down the back. This should feel really nice. One more deep breath in. Exhale and lower down. So bring your arm out in line with your shoulder. I like to keep my elbow bent here. It gets a little bit more into my pec minor, which is tighter than my other muscles in my shoulders. If that's way too intense, go ahead and extend the arm straight. Keep that left shoulder close to the ground, and you'll roll over onto that left side. Release the head down and breathe. You can keep the knees bent here. That might feel nice. For me, that's a little bit too much in my hips. If you need a little bit more, you can lift your top leg, bend the knee, bring the foot down to the floor, knee faces up. 4 more breaths. And slowly come back to center. Before moving to the other side, we'll press up into a tabletop. Bring your right hand towards the center of your mat, underneath your face. Lift the left arm up to the sky. Open up that left front of shoulder and chest, and then take that left hand, get it underneath the body. Come all the way down to that left shoulder. Head comes down. And I like to extend my arm forward, sometimes even holding my mat and pressing the floor away. Deepening that twist, that opening through the back of the shoulder. Very nice. And start to press up. Make your way all the way down to the belly again. Very nice. Opposite arm extends out either at an angle with the elbow bent or extended, and you'll roll over onto that side. Remember, you can bend the knees, or you can lift that top leg, bend the knee and bring the foot down. That's a little bit too much for me today on this side, so I'll stay with my legs extended. Listen to what your body needs. Relax your head and breathe. Four more deep breaths. And back to center. You'll press back into that tabletop. Your left hand comes underneath the face this time. Right arm reaches up, opening through the chest. And then take that right arm, put it underneath the left. Come all the way down to that right shoulder. The right ear comes down. Left arm can reach forward. You can hold onto the mat and press the floor away. Wherever you are, you're breathing. And bring yourself back to that tabletop. Just give me a few rounds of cat-cow here to bring some movement back to the body. Drop the belly, chest pulls forward, keep the gaze straight ahead, and then press the floor way round through the spine. And belly drops, chest pulls forward, and then you round. And then when you're ready, bring the knees wide. Sit the hips back towards the heels. And I like to actually bring my arms out wide here and rest down on one cheek. Do what feels good to you. And switch to the other cheek if you're on one cheek. And start to bring yourself all the way up to seated. Thank you so much for doing this quick little shoulder burnout today and joining me on your mat. I hope you learned something new, you found some extra strength in your shoulders, and you feel prepared to continue through your practice with some really strong, supported shoulders. I'll see you next time. Namaste.